The man whose mind shaped our world of technology and energy. The man who history tried to make us forget. A man who brushed shoulders with the American elite and still chose the betterment of humanity over his own personal riches. A man who wanted to end all war, who sought to give the human race free energy so we could focus on spirituality and morality. The one who said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Who is Nikola Tesla? And what drove this man's ambition to create heaven on earth? Nikola Tesla would be born in what is now Croatia. His father was an Eastern Orthodox minister and writer, and his mother had a photographic memory and was an inventor. Tesla would have a normal childhood where he would love to play with his friends and get into trouble. That was until the unexpected death of his older brother, which left Tesla scarred for life, and he would begin to see visions and flashes of light. He would eventually cultivate these visions and use them for his inventing. At the age of 17, Nikola took engineering very seriously and also contracted cholera, which nearly killed him, leaving him a germaphobe with a serious set of habits. He would never finish college due to a gambling addiction, but through the love of his mother, he was able to beat that habit. Nikola would go on to become an electrical engineer in Budapest. It was around this time he would have one of his visions and create the induction motor. Unable to get support in Europe, Nikola would head to America to meet Thomas Edison. Nikola Tesla would arrive in America at the age of 28. He would immediately go work for Thomas Edison. The two men did not get along very well because Tesla preferred the alternating current over Edison's direct current. After 6 months, Tesla would leave Edison, after Edison refused to pay him $50,000 promised to him, sparking what would come to be known as the War of the Currents. Tesla would dig ditches for about a year before teaming up with financier George Westinghouse, who would fund Tesla's dream for bringing alternating current to life. In the meantime, Edison would start a smear campaign against Tesla. He would even go as far as to kill animals using Tesla's AC current. He killed household pets, horses, elephants, even created the first electric chair. But after Tesla's AC current was put on display at the Chicago's World's Fair, it would put an end to the war. Tesla would go on to harness the power of Niagara Falls, but his dreams for free energy did not stop there. Contrary to what many believe, Nikola Tesla was a social butterfly. He threw lavish parties. He was extremely charismatic, and it was said that his presence quite literally lit up the room. He also loved women, and was an esteemed bachelor for the majority of his life, refusing to get married because he did not want women to distract him from his work. And he believed that abstaining from sex helped with his creativity and inventions. He was best friends with Mark Twain, the famous author. He was also a gentleman who loved to spend his free time feeding the pigeons in the park. If he saw an injured pigeon, he would take it home and nurse it back to health, and he'd often leave his windows open so the pigeons can come and go as they pleased. But as much as he loved the social life, he also loved and admired his alone time and believed that being alone was the key to having ideas. The core element of Nikola Tesla's inventions was his personal discovery of the rotating magnetic field. He demonstrated this principle by an invention he called the egg of Columbus. When turned on, the magnetic field would cause the egg to spin. He also believed that all energy existed in the ether, the exact same principles believed by the alchemist. This led him to invent the Tesla coil, which allowed the transfer of wireless energy, which looked awfully similar to the Egyptian Djed, also known as the backbone of Osiris. He would also use it to create the first remote control vehicle, which led to the technology of drones. Another interesting creation of Tesla was the oscillator, which could tap into the frequencies of anything nearby. At full power, it was rumored that this machine could cause earthquake. This also strangely resembled the Egyptian Ankh, the symbol for the creative energy of the universe, and the conquering of spirit over matter. Some of my favorite Nikola Tesla quotes. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. No free energy device will ever be allowed to reach the market. Money does not represent such a value as men have placed upon it, All my money has been invested into experiments with which I have made new discoveries, enabling mankind to have a little easier life. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs. The future for which I have really worked is mine. The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being. And if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. Peace can only come as a natural consequence of universal enlightenment. Antisocial behavior is a trait of intelligence in a world full of conformists. My final thoughts on Nikola Tesla. It is true that Nikola Tesla would die broke, alone in his hotel room, and his genius would be hidden by history. But I believe Nikola Tesla was a deeply spiritual man who united his mind, body, and soul. He was a loving man and a giving man who dedicated his life to bring unity to this world. He was a man betrayed by evil, greedy capitalism, whose ideas would be stolen and manipulated by evil purposes. He wanted to bring us all together, not by evil despotism, but through spiritual enlightenment. Let all future generations be inspired by this man's humbleness and his fight and desire to selflessly take us along on the journey. Let us not forget the sacrifices that were made for us to get to this point. As he said before, the present may be theirs, but the future is mine, and our future is now.